and why don't we kick off the show, shall we?
Yes.
Because you've probably seen, perhaps out there, paparazzi photos of Jennifer Garner, Ben Affleck, and maybe other celebrities that have been affected by the California wildfires. Those photos are circulating everywhere online. There are celebrity photographers that are heading into danger zones in search of celebrities. So the question is that ethical? Is it ethical to photograph celebrities who are right now in the midst of the worst despair?
Jess is already sighing.
I don't know. Well, it kind of feels like it depends on the intent. You know, if it's a type of photographer with a long lens hiding in the bushes, trying to snap.
There are no bushes left.
Yeah, no bushes left.
Yeah. No bushes to hide.
Yeah,
it's true.
You're totally right. Hiding behind a curb, some sort of cement thing, a car.
A burnt-out car.
That feels sensational. That feels like it's being manufactured. Same with some of the headlines that are coming up. They seem manufactured. They're taking images out of context, like Ben Affleck sort of frowning in the car. He's looking for his children. Like, no, like you're making assumptions. That's not journalism or photojournalism. But if a photographer's out in the open and Ben Affleck's at some sort of charity event with a bunch of volunteers handing out food to firefighters, that to me seems like an important bit of information for public discourse. Like that to me seems to be, what's the intent?
What's the intent?
But does it matter also what's the organization? Like, I don't know. These photos haven't really been popping up on my timeline because I don't follow gossip column, like, I just don't.
Yeah.
So to me, what did pop up on my timeline was Milo Ventimiglia, you know, from This Is Us. He actually did an interview with CBS News, and I think we have a clip here.
What's it like to then stand here?
Heavy. You know, you start thinking about, man, hits you so quick. You start thinking about all the memories in different parts of the house and whatnot, and then you see your neighbors' houses and everything kind of around, and your heart just breaks.
So, I mean, for some context, he lost his home, obviously. His wife is very, very pregnant. That was him consenting to do an interview with a news organization to take a tour of his place. And that, to me, is radically different than a paparazzi shot of somebody in the midst of their despair. Right? I think we can agree.
I know. I'm like, get ready to boo. Only because, listen, all of the networks have been reporting on all the celebrities whose houses are burned down because a majority of celebrities live in this neighborhood. And I think that this type of journalism or this type of photo kind of comes with the whole, you know, celebrity thing. You're sitting outside your house, it's burned down. A lot of people are affected, but you're a famous person and everybody's been talking about it. And maybe I'm not as offended because I feel like there have been way more offensive paparazzi photos that have been taken, and this is nothing. And I'll give you an example. When Kobe Bryant and 8 other people died in that helicopter crash and someone took a photo of his charred remains, for me, that was going too far.
I didn't know
Liam
about
Payne,
that.
One Direction band member who just recently died in Argentina as he fell out of his hotel and onto the ground, someone took a photo of that. For me, that's going too far. This is more like these people live in this neighborhood, this is what they're going through, and you're right, I don't want you to be right up in Ben's face, but if you're keeping a good distance and you're taking a photo of him in a neighborhood where a lot of celebrities live, I don't have a problem with that because I've seen way worse, and so maybe that's why it's not affecting me as much.
The cat, it's maybe like less of a question about ethics because the cat's already out of the bag. These types of photos exist before the fires, and they're only continuing to do what they've already done.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think for me, this is a whole new take on stars. They're just like us. And why I actually think it is important to see these photos, and I think hopefully they're done in not too poor of taste.
Yeah.
But I think it is that reminder, for better or for worse, and again, you can disagree with me, but when you see the rich and the famous standing in front of charred remains of their home, it is that reminder that climate change doesn't discriminate. And I think it is one of those reminders that no matter how rich you are and how famous you are, you can lose everything. And I think there is a lesson to that, I think, for us normies. Now, are they going to be able to rebuild and, you know, find somewhere else to live quicker than the average Joe? Of course. We know that recovery is going to look very different for a rich celebrity than it is for the Joe Blow who doesn't have that infrastructure. But I do think there is some kind of journalistic value to seeing these celebrities, because nothing else is hitting home to anyone that we have to change our behavior in a massive way or we are losing this planet. So whatever it takes, I'm actually game for that.
For anybody who is offended, I think we also have to remember we are the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are the
There
ones
needs-
who actually want to see these photos. Listen,
Yeah.
the paparazzi aren't going to take these photos if they're not going to get a paycheck for it. And they're getting a big paycheck from a lot of these blogs and different outlets. So if you don't like it, well, then don't look at it. We, again, are the problem with this whole situation with celebrity culture.
Good point. Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.